So let's go within to that quiet inner place, that place where we commune intimately and privately with Spirit, where we cultivate our intimacy with the divine that indwells us. And as I offer these words from our Science of Mind text, please take them personally for yourselves and allow these words to become a part of you. In the silence of your own mind, say it 3 times. The gifts of God are mine today. It is the Father's good pleasure to give the kingdom of heaven or harmony and abundance. Today, the Father opens up the blessings of the infinite and eternal treasure, inviting everyone to dip deeply into it. As we believe in our hearts, so it is done unto us in all things. As we ask, so do we receive a full measure unto our faith, pressed down and running over. These and other divine promises and assurances sing to us. The still small voice reminds us that all that the Father has is ours. This day we listen deeply to that still small voice and believe its promises. We fear nothing, neither lack, limitation, disappointment, nor distress of any kind. For is not the Father always with us? What caused the appearance of lack in our lives? Simply our fears and our beliefs that the Father could forsake us. We do not believe that now. And it no longer matters to us what the appearances of today or of what has gone before. Today is new. And we are newly awakened in it. Today is new. And we are newly awakened in it. And we believe with dauntless faith that our good, in full measure, comes to us from Spirit today. We now believe that it is indeed the Father's good pleasure to give us of His bounty. And I know that He gives as we ask, without question, without limit. And each one is glad to receive. In the silence of your own mind, say 3 times, the gifts of God are mine today. Allow these words to be a part of you, to become rooted, anchored in consciousness, and know that they are available to support you, to nurture you, to nourish you in the moments that you may forget. You will be reminded. And very slowly now, with a new belief, with a new conviction, and a deeper sense of an acceptance of the promises of the divinity within you, let us slowly bring our attention back into the sanctuary. Renewed, refreshed, transformed. We have faith and conviction in the beliefs. And so in 365 Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes writes, we all wish to be free, but at the same time, we should realize that liberty is not license. To say that we are free with the freedom of God does not mean that we are free to do what contradicts the divine nature. We are free only in that freedom that God is. The freedom to be alive, the freedom to enjoy living, the freedom to enter into the activities of everyday life with enthusiasm and interest. We are free to love and be loved. We are free to give full and complete expression to the capacities that we possess. We are free. And so, dear ones, it's a new day and a new consciousness of this freedom. What a wonderful day to be alive. Indeed, we woke up this morning. Let us put our mind on this divine freedom, the freedom of the living Spirit. Let us walk the talk. Let us pray. Let us delight in the divine freedom. Dear friends, let us celebrate this freedom in song.
Woke up this morning with my mind it was set on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind it was set on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind it was set on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And the tongue walk with my mind set on freedom. This morning I'm gonna walk with my head on freedom. I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna talk with my mind set on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm walking and talking with my mind it was set on freedom. Walking and talking with my mind it was set on freedom. Walking and talking with my mind it was set on freedom. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Yeah, singing and praying with my mind it was set on freedom. Singing and praying with my mind it was set on freedom. Singing and praying with my mind it was set on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Yeah, I woke up this morning with my mind it was set on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind it was set on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind it was set on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I woke up this morning with my mind it was set on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind it was set on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind it was set on freedom. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Please remain standing and join with me in reading our new minister covenant. Let all that you do be done in love. Breathe deep the fragrance of that love, a love that heals the broken heart and will renew the flesh of one who has awakened to the presence. Love is Spirit's alchemy. God has promised my new minister is the love that I am. I see my new minister revealed before me as embodying truth, inspiring expansion, and radiating joy. My intentions for our new minister are to inspire an ever-increasing awareness of oneness with God, which is the expression and experience of love, to apply the healing power of truth through encouragement, support, and compassion, to awaken self-realization through embodiment of mystical teachings, diversity consciousness, and sacred service, to develop a dynamic, creative, cultural arts program which includes music, dance, and visual expression, to enhance family-oriented ministries through activities for all generations with thriving community participation, to manifest greater expression of divine abundance consciousness. And so it is. Good morning. My name is Joan James, and I'm reading the announcements for you this morning. In loving consideration of others, if you would kindly silence your cell phones, sing more, chat less, and enjoy a vibrant fellowship. Upcoming classes and workshops, details are at the Information Center. A self-care workshop with Gina Krupa, offered on Wednesday, September 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. Foundations with Reverend Ian. Envisioning with Pam Padula. Both begin Tuesday, September 11th at 6:30 p.m. Prosperity Plus 2 with Christine Egan begins Thursday, September 13th at 6 p.m. Books are available at the bookstore at a 20% discount. Membership orientation is Sunday, September 23rd from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. This is an opportunity for those who would like to become official members to learn more about our center, our organization, and our spiritual philosophy. Good information, good food, good company. Please sign up at the Information Center. Notices and reminders. Fall and winter hours for Sunday celebration. Starting next week, September 9th, and ongoing, Sunday celebration will begin at 9:30 a.m. Our service format will be slightly revised. You can see the flyers in the foyer, and announcements will then be displayed on the TV in the fellowship hall. Sunday, September 9th from noon to 1 p.m. Please join Tracy for the last book study on creating the beloved community next Sunday in Fellowship Hall. This is a free book study that is open to all. Teen advisor volunteers are needed. Are you looking for more love, creativity, and passion in your life? The fabulous Concordia teens are looking for 1 or 2 volunteer advisors who can help facilitate their bi-monthly meetings. We're also always seeking more teens to help grow our group. And for more information, you can see Joanne Hanrahan or Betty Kornitzer. Spiritual, educational, and social programs. We offer a variety of programs for all ages. More details are available at the Information Center upstairs foyer or in our weekly newsletter. You may also see the persons referenced. If you do not already subscribe to our weekly newsletter, you certainly should sign up for that. And Betty, I believe, has an announcement.
Hi, I'm Betty Kornitzer. Good to see you. Just a quick reminder that we are nearing the end of our wonderful Welcome the New Minister to Concordia collection for the relocation expenses of the new minister's move. And we have a $5,000 goal. We are at about $2,200, so you guys are doing great. We will be collecting downstairs after the service, and we would like to be able to welcome this new minister who will be coming with a gift of these relocation funds. And we'd like to be able to say that there was 100% participation by this community who awaits the minister with welcome open arms. And the name of this little celebration campaign is Welcome Home. So just wanted to remind you, thank you so much.
Thank you, Betty. And so it is.
Good morning. And welcome to Concordia Live. We are a center for spiritual living located in the beautiful New England state of Rhode Island. We have a mission, we have a vision, and we have a purpose, which I will share with you. So our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal, global, and professional transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. You see, we are not here to become spiritual. We are here to realize that we are already spiritual and to know how to express our spiritual nature. There's more to you than you may be aware. And our vision, very lofty but practical, a world that works for all. Everyone, everything. A world that works for all. And so Dr. Holmes had a radio program, and he would start his program by saying, there's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. And so we gather here, we gather on Sundays, we gather in classrooms to learn about this power and to learn how to apply it to enhance our lives and the lives of those that we embrace. So we have a little cultural activity that we perform. It's called recognizing the family resemblance. One of our little exercises and deepening our consciousness of oneness, the unity of all things. So with a little background music from our music director and our band, dear ones, let us recognize the family resemblance. Let us boldly and bravely recognize it.
Hello.
See the family resemblance. Keep it up, Paul. I see the family resemblance. So it is always our joy to open our hearts and open our doors to everyone. Everyone who is here physically and everyone who joins us virtually. And so for those who are visiting physically with us today, would you mind standing so that we may all applaud you and welcome you? Those who are visiting with us for the first time today. Please join us during fellowship after our service and let us connect with you a little more intimately. And so, it is my joy to welcome you today. I am Ian Taylor, blessed and privileged to be in sacred service to you today. Today I affirm for each of you and for all of you the following. I affirm that each one feels divinely loved and nurtured, and that this is continuous. You feel this way moment by moment. I affirm that each one feels and enjoys the delights of being in this spiritual community. I also affirm that each one is guided and each one is skilled in the application of this philosophy, that each one can benefit through divine guidance to improve their lives. I also affirm that since there is only one presence, wherever we are in this one presence, and therefore each one is safe, feels safe, and is safe in the world. But most of all, I affirm that each one feels in tangible ways, in real, meaningful ways, their oneness with Spirit, their oneness with God, the divinity, that you feel and know that you're one with the universe, one with the divine. I accept this for each one. And so, dear ones, welcome each. Welcome all. Welcome home.
This next song is called You Can Relax Now, written by Susan McCullen. And I invite you to use the words of this song as a prelude to the meditation, which will immediately follow. You can relax now. Come on and close your eyes and breathe deeply now. I am with you. Oh, my sweet, sweet child, who do you think you are? You are a child of God, and that will never change. You had a dream, you misunderstood. You thought we were separate, but now you hear my voice and you can relax now. Go on and close your eyes and breathe deeply now. I am with you. You are the love of my life, and you are my one creation. You are eternity, and that will never change. You had a dream that you misunderstood. You thought we were separate, but now you hear my voice and you can relax now. Come on and close your eyes and breathe deeply now. I am with you. You are the love of my life, and you are my one creation. You are eternity, and that will never change.
Please join me in meditation and allow the music to take you deeper into the stillness of yourself. Allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to settle in to your own natural state of sacred oneness with all that is. And this is your natural state of being. This is the natural state known as your known omnipresence. This is your true self, and it is available to you anywhere, whenever, and wherever you turn to it and you are ready. In the stillness, be aware of the indwelling spirit within you. Allow its love to remind you that you are of the living spirit. Allow it to remind you that you are one with the living spirit. All the good you are is the living God, living through you and living as you. Allow yourself to accept that you are the infinite mind in your physical form, always. The good you experience is God itself expressing as you. Affirm to yourself right now, you are of the living spirit. Affirm to yourself right here, you are one with the living spirit. Affirm to yourself, all the good you are is the living God, living through you, living as you. Quietly, very quietly, with your voice, whisper these words to yourself. I am of the living spirit. I am of the living spirit. I am one with the living spirit. I am one with the living spirit. All the good I am, all the good I am is the living God. Is the living God. Living through me, living through me, living as me, living as me. I am the living spirit. I am the living spirit. I am one with the living spirit. I am one with the living spirit. All the good I am, all the good is the living God, is God, living through me, living as me, living as me. And so it is. As we allow the music to bring us back to the physical, know the words you whispered are the words of your natural spiritual self. These words and these feelings will instill and are available for you anytime, anywhere. These words will recenter you in your natural state of the oneness of God.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings, and I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings, and I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Good morning again. My name is Joan, and I'm reading for you this morning. Today I'm reading you a commentary and analysis by Scott Allison, and the topic was growth, wholeness, and intelligence are at the core of the universal journey. Swim and Tucker proposed that the universe is best understood not as discrete incidents of evolution, but as a whole unfolding dynamic and developmental process, which is like a story. They first examined the origins of the physical universe, including the Big Bang and creation of galaxies and solar systems. Patterns among physical entities, both immensely small and infinitesimally small, show emergent qualities: birth, expansion, calamity, contraction, and then repetition of the cycle. The authors argue that the universe's overall journey depends upon the transformations taking place in the microcosm. The universe is drawn toward learning, growing, and truth-seeking, with the ultimate truth pointing toward wholeness. The ancient process of evolution can be understood as a higher-level form of learning. This inherent drive to learn is the key toward achieving wholeness and communion. According to Swim and Tucker, humans have at their disposal vast storehouses of learning accumulated and refined over millennia in written and oral traditions. There is little validity to the idea that humans are isolated individuals, for each of us arises out of an ocean of experience and understanding acquired by our species as a whole. The pervasive rhythmic cycle of nature, especially that of expansion and contraction, ensure that death and life form an intelligent whole. They review many recurring patterns of growth and development in the physical universe that map onto patterns found in humanity. The authors pose a number of questions. Can it be that our small self dies into the large self of the universe? Are our passions and dreams, as well as our anguish and loss, woven into the fabric of the universe itself? Swim and Tucker invoke Zhangzai's Western inscription from the 11th century as one telling example. Heaven is my father, and earth is my mother, and even such a small creature as I finds an intimate place in their midst. Therefore, that which extends throughout the universe I regard as my body, and that which directs the universe I consider as my nature. All people are my brothers and sisters, and all things are my companion. Swim and Tucker suggest that the human journey is a product of deep time, originating with the Big Bang and marked for eternity. We can begin to reflect on the way in which, in a cosmological sense, is the creativity of the universe itself. We live not in a mechanical time, but in this enveloping cosmological time. We live in that time when Earth itself begins its adventure of self-conscious awareness. They further propose and suggest that our purpose may be to drink so deeply of the powers of the universe that we become the human form of the universe. Human being may be answering a call to become not just the nation-state people, but universe people, knowing how we belong and where we belong so that we can enhance the flourishing of the Earth community. We have discovered the ongoing story of the universe, a story that we tell, but a story that is also telling us. And so it is.
So our next song is called I Believe I Can Fly. So you need to stand so you can have wings. No, just kidding. It's a nice song to sway to, so if you want to stand, the words will be on the PowerPoint. It's got a great message. I used to think that I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. See, I was on the verge of breaking down. Sometimes the silence can seem so loud, but there are miracles in life I must achieve. But first I know it starts inside of me. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. Oh, I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. 'cause I believe in me. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. Oh, I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. 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 I believe I can fly.
Namaste. It's September, and it's back to school. In Philadelphia, the schools opened last week, but then with the heat wave, they had half their schools, something like that. But September is here, back to school. Summer starting next week, but we are going back to school too. Science of Mind School, yes? That's right. We have to keep learning, reinforcing, clarifying, deepening. It never ends. Wherever you are, there's another level of understanding to be gained because the Spirit is infinite. Wherever you are, whatever abilities you have, whatever successes you have, never be contented. You can want more, and it's right to want more, because there is more of the infinite to express. All right? Always more God to express, always more good to express. Therefore, more good to experience, more God to experience. So, school starts here, next week. Next week we start school here. So, when I was thinking about today's lesson, I was asking the question, can you see with perfect vision? We have the old sayings that if you're not seeing the truth, your glasses need to be cleaned. Yes. But let us play with words today. Today, let us play with words. In our system, right? In our metaphysical system, when we say words like see, don't just think in terms of seeing. A better word is perceiving, right? So we use the word see, but include all of your faculties in whatever you're relating to. So seeing, it doesn't mean you want to see perfectly but not hear perfectly. You want to see perfectly, you want to hear perfectly, you want to relate perfectly, you want to feel, sense. So expand on the word see. That's what we do here. We expand on words and their meaning. So can you see? Can you see? Can you perceive perfectly? So I have some questions for you. What would your life be? What would our lives be if we truly believe that we are spirit and that we are perfect? So the invitation there is to cultivate our primary identity, not in terms of our physical nature, but in terms of our visible nature, in terms of our spiritual nature, in terms of our eternal nature. We want to understand that we are multifaceted beings. That which we are familiar with, that we call physical material, is an expression of ourselves. It's a manifestation of ourselves. So look at how I'm saying this. An expression of ourselves, a manifestation of ourselves. So what is the selves? Right? What is the self that we express in? Or what is the self that is expressing? And that self is what we call step 2 of spiritual mind treatment. That's who you are. That's what you are. So you are an individualized center of consciousness. You are a point of self-realization within the infinite. You are a point of self-consciousness, a center of self-consciousness within infinite mind. You have a physical expression. And you express yourself physically to the degree that you know yourself and you're conscious of yourself spiritually. And so, on the path of the science of mind, we want to take the time to retrain ourselves. Most of us were not raised from childhood with a spiritual identity. We were not. So some of us have to relearn. We are not just bodies. Bodies are included in who we are, in what we are, but there is more to us than bodies. There's a freedom that comes with that understanding. There's a power that comes with that understanding. A freedom and a power and an ease with life. Because when we know that we are spiritual beings, it also allows us to feel and experience and cultivate. The word we use around here is oneness. A oneness with all that is, with the infinite. As when we move our primary identity from the physical into our invisible nature, into our non-physical essence, at that point, we began to have a better appreciation, a better understanding that yes, we are part of the infinite. We are an individualized part of that which is infinite and absolute. And with that comes freedom and power. Whenever things aren't working well for us, we tend to sense limitation because we are looking out at the physical. We are perceiving ourselves physical and we are trying to change the physical. Physical means changing physical experience. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right? Who was it? Was it Einstein? The great Einstein, it says? The level of consciousness. Where the problem resides is not the level of consciousness, where the solution resides. So whenever we are physical to physical in the world and we feel obstructed, it is an invitation to rise to a new awareness, rise to a new height, rise to a new understanding of self. And that new understanding of self and that rising is into your unity with the infinite spirit. So what would your life be? What would our lives be if we understand that our primary identity is spirit? Our primary identity is spirit. Yes. So it would require having a perception of wholeness of ourselves. We will not see ourselves as lacking or needing any good. We'll only see ourselves having to answer the call to express. So we use words like perception, we use words like wholeness, and we use phrases like the perception of wholeness. And where all of this coming from? Well, you're getting a little taste of practitioner training. These are the ideas that we explore in practitioner class. So, wholeness is total inclusivity in science of mind definition. So God is inclusive of all things. Perfection is the consciousness that lacks nothing. Perfect, inclusive of all things. Notice, those definitions are not our everyday social definition. Usually when we think of perfection, we stand with something not being perfect, something not being right, something needs to be changed. Okay? Well, that's our social definition, but that's not a definition that gives us power as practitioners of the science of mind. So we all need the perfection of wholeness. That means then that we need to know that we are spirit and we are one with God, right? When we treat, we say there's one presence, I'm one with that presence. There's one mind, that mind is my mind. We say there is one, I am immersed in it, I'm included in it. We say there is one and it expresses in me, it expresses as me. We become conscious that what we are is not isolated. Who we are is not alone. But there is a wholeness. There's a wholeness that is intelligent, a wholeness that is intelligence, a wholeness that is power and is powerful. And this is moving upon itself and it's living, it's life living. And it reenacts and reproduces what it does on the whole at every point within the whole. And you and I are points within this whole where the whole reenacts itself. And that's why Jesus said, of my own I can do nothing. The Father in me, he does the work. So if we can begin to change how we look at life and look at ourselves, and not see ourselves as isolated entities going through life, plowing through life, accomplishing, even fighting, but if we can see ourselves as an activity of the whole, an activity of the universal spirit, that allows us to feel the connection with intelligence, the connection with the power, the connection with the mind that provides a guidance, provides the inspiration, provides the intuition. We become the avenue of its expression. And since it is infinite wisdom, we begin more and more to act and behave wisely with wisdom. We don't feel alone and isolated and weak. We feel, as Ernest Holmes says, there's a powerful God in the universe, and we can use it. We can feel a power flowing through us. We feel guided. You actually feel not alone. And many of us at times feel alone. And sometimes when we feel alone, we believe the solution to being alone is human companionship. No. The solution to being alone is remembering our connection with Source. And then that connection with Source may manifest in our lives in terms of social companionship or any other form of companionship. We don't go across the self problem. We go up. We go up. We go up. When we are experiencing problems, we go up to the realm where problems don't exist. And then solutions become manifested in our lives. And so we want to understand that there is an infinite presence that is wholeness, and that wholeness, we are included in it. There cannot be within the whole anything that is contradictory to its own nature. So, if you and I exist, we exist within the whole, and the qualities of the whole, the attributes of the whole, the parameters of the whole reside in our essential nature. Our essential nature. Our awareness of it, our consciousness of it, allows us to express it and experience it. So it is very, very important to recognize how you see yourself, how you are knowing yourself, and recognize if there's an opportunity for transformation, for changing how we know ourselves. You see, that's one of the concerns with understanding Jesus when he spoke. If you remember, many people during his day did not understand him. And don't be surprised. Many people today don't understand him. Because he spoke not as a social human being, not as a physical human being. He spoke as a spiritual being. He spoke from a higher consciousness, the consciousness of God in him. As a matter of fact, when he spoke, it was the living spirit expressing itself through him. And you can live that way. Because he said, I am the example, not the exception. He said, the things that I do, you can do. And so we want to deepen our relationship with our spirit. We want to do it by treatment. We do it by meditation, do it by vision. All of the spiritual practices that we do here, they're not primarily to get stuff in our lives. They're primarily to unite us much more deeply with our spiritual essence, to know God more truly within. And in that knowing, God expresses, God flows. Yes. So, of course, you get by now, we are moving away, right? We are moving away. We are free of and free from any context of an anthropomorphic deity, right? And we know God is a presence, God is a power, God is intelligence, God is life, right? That's the God that we are identifying with. And so, God, because God is life, I am alive and you are alive. And because God is intelligence, and because God is power, we can express life intelligently and powerfully. But to do this efficiently, effectively, and empoweringly requires your commitment, your dedication to spiritual practices. That's why Ernest Holmes says, God works for you by working through you. And so our spiritual practices, it wrote a root consciousness. So now God can work through us with less obstruction. Less obstruction. Our minds, our consciousness, they become truly, truly clear avenues. So dear ones, what would your life be? What would your life be if you knew you're not just physical, you're not just material, you are spirit. And you are center of the universal spirit. And if you know that your life is its life, expressing as your life, and its power is available to you, and its mind is available to you, and its intention, and it lives in you, and it lives through you, that is freedom and power. That's how the mystics became as mighty as they were. And it's available to you. Where are you in your transformation? Where are you in your renewal? This is not just an empty promise. Humanity has a potential that it has not scratched yet. A divine potential. Wherever we are, believe you me, there's more God to know and more God to express. But it can be done without your cooperation, your desire. God works for you by working through you. So we start off all classes. Everybody belongs in class. We should be learning and deepening and practicing. Practicing. We are making movement. Concordia is in evolution. Gone are the days of morning and evening prayers. Now we live in the life of prayer. Our life is prayer in action. Gone are the days of the Sunday, Monday religion, where we love each other on Sunday and we on the highway on Monday we give each other the finger. Gone are those days. Today is the day of the new almanac. 7 Sundays every week. However we are in church on Sunday is what we are committing to. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that we don't create consciousness conflict. We remain in integrity. This is where we are going. This is where we're heading for. This is a journey that is exciting to me. I wonder who's with me. Yes. Come to class and do your spiritual practices. This fall, for these next few months, September, October, November, December, I'll be asking you, is your life a living treatment, a living prayer? I'll be asking you, are you conscious of your God within? Are you caught in? Are you caught in that divine spirit? Are you in love with spirit? I'll be asking you these things. This is going to be my gift to you for your new adventure into the new Concordia. Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? Moving forward. And so it is.
Opening, we are opening. Opening, we are opening. Opening up to the sweet surrender of the infinite beauty of the Spirit. Opening up to the sweet surrender of the infinite beauty of the Spirit. Opening, we are opening. Opening, we are opening. So let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Opening, we are opening. Opening, we are opening. Opening up to the sweet surrender of the infinite beauty of the Spirit. Opening up to the sweet surrender of the infinite beauty of the Spirit. Opening, we are opening. Opening, we are opening. We are opening. We are opening.
Please join me in spiritual mind treatment, our form of prayer. The purpose of this treatment is for me to know that each one knows their sacred oneness, their relationship with all that is. I know there's one power and there's one presence. And this presence is perfection. It is everywhere. It is always, always. It is always right. It is always good. It is always whole. It is always perfect. It can be no other way. It is the infinite mind. It is infinite intelligence and wisdom and love. It is peace, poise, ease, and grace. And I am of this light. I am its individualization. I am its personification. I am its peace and poise, its love and light, always. And as I know this truth for me, I know this truth for each and every single person here and beyond. I see the light in them. I see the love in each one. And I know this is the truth. I see each one as living the life of the eternal Spirit. Therefore, I know that each one is spiritually fulfilled and living the life that they are meant to live from their soul, from their heart, as the mind of God expresses as them, is them, always. I accept for each one, because of their sacred spiritual oneness, I accept that everything they do is right and perfect, right now and right then. I know that work flows easily and effortlessly. I know that health is perfect from the heads to their toes and everything in between. I know that finances are abundant, and I know that relationships are filled with love, kindness, and compassion. And I know that each one is evolving spiritually with their God within, with their source, in perfect ways, always. I affirm all this and more. I know unlimited greatness for each and every person, always. It can be no other way. I decree, I declare it. I stand in gratitude. I stand in joy. I stand in abundance, and I am blessed. And in this place of blessed perfection, I bless each one as we go forward. And knowing it is done, and it is already so, I release my word as law. And I say amen, and together we say, and so it is.
Will our greeters please come forward?
How can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I may understand. When you lead me, I will follow. When you lead me, I will go.
Please join me in our sacred giving affirmation. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, and so it is.
Now how can I share today, sweet spirit? How can I share today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I may understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet spirit? Who needs my love today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I may understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Now who needs my love today, sweet spirit? Who needs my love today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I may understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Now, our next song is by Karen Drucker. It's called I Feel the Spirit Moving in Me. So if you want to stand for that song, about halfway through, you can leave the aisle and form the peace circle for the peace song, which will follow. Ooh, it's by Ricky. I feel the Spirit moving in me. 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 I feel the joy 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 moving in me. Peace. I feel the peace moving in me. 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 I feel the Spirit Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as our power, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Oh yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
And I stand in the full realization, the full awareness, the full acceptance that there is one spirit, one presence, eternal, universal. And it indwells me and it indwells each one here. And so I know each one is open and receptive to the movement of spirit in them, to the movement of joy, to the movement of peace. And this week we go out in the world and we practice a love affair with spirit. And as we interact with every person, place, or thing, we become the blessing, the beneficial presence, because spirit is doing the work in us, as us as through us. I accept this, I say amen, and together we say, and so it is.
That's my grand.
And so, dear friends, those of you who joined us online today, thank you so much for being with us. Join us this week in our spiritual practice. We go forth this week practicing a love affair with spirit, with the indwelling presence, the indwelling divinity. Let it move through. Let it move through you. Let it move through us. Let everything we do be the action of spirit as our lives, as our action. Let us practice oneness in this new way, that God acts by means of us. You will be happy. You'll be successful. You will be healthy. Everything will improve with you as you deepen your love affair, your intimacy with the divine within you. Until we meet again, blessed be. Blessed be. Blessings to you and all your loved ones. And so it is.